Hello, people of the internet. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, happy Monday to you all. Hopefully your week is off to a great start. Or if you're watching this at any other point in the week, hopefully having a great day nonetheless. I promised that we would get to this album when I returned from my research trip in China, and so here we are. We are going to be running through the rest of Mr. Jimin's MUSE album. We checked out the title track before I left. We didn't get around to the pre-release, but we're getting around to that today as well as all the other songs on the album. So this is going to be a very good time indeed. His debut solo EP, that Face EP, was unbelievable, spectacular music on it. And I'm hoping we get something of a similar or even better quality than that through this album. And one little bit of admin thing to get out of the way. This is going to be a little bit scuffed in terms of what order we go through this album in. For one reason, and it's just the way that this album kind of put out releases and stuff. Especially with Bangtan TV uploading a combined live clip for both Rebirth and Slow Dance. Just gonna use that. There's a couple where we have MVs for, there's a couple where we don't have it. You know, Closer Than This is a song from a few months ago that I don't think I ever properly covered, so we're gonna add that on at the end too, and we're gonna be really out of order, but I'll explain as we go along. I'll try and make it as unconfusing as possible, and of course the timeline below is gonna tell you exactly what we're listening to, so you can refer to that at your pleasure. But let's jump right into it. Here we go! Right, so essentially, top right here in the queue, you can see exactly what we're going to be listening to and what order we're doing it in. That order is a little bit different from what the actual order of the album is, for those of you who are familiar with it. And for those of you who aren't, the first thing we're watching is the combined live clip of track number 1, the intro track, Rebirth, as well as track number 4, Slow Dance featuring Sophia Carson. Next up, we're going to be doing the Interlude, which would have been track number 2, titled Interlude Showtime. We'll do the pre-release, the Smeraldo Garden Marching Band MV, which dropped a little while ago that we never got around to. We'll do that. Be Mine, track number 5. And then track number 6 is the title track, titled Who, which is a very interesting place to put a title track on an album. And then we'll finish with the MV for Closer Than This, which dropped many months ago, many moons ago. So that's the order. It is a little back and forthy, but we'll make do with what we've got. As per the usual, I'm going to read off the credits for every single song before we start, and so that's what we are going to do. So song number 1 and song number 4. Song number 1, Rebirth, parentheses, intro, produced by P-Dog, Ghost Loop, and Jimin himself. Lyrics by P-Dog, Jimin, Tommy Brown, Taylor Hill, Ghost Loop, and Evan. And then the credits for track number 4, Slow Dance featuring Sophia Carson, P-Dog, Arcades, and Ghost Loop on production. P-Dog, Matt Thompson, Max Linedock, Graham, Gabriel Brandes, Blush, Chris James, August Rigo, Ghost Loop, Sophia Carson herself, Jimin himself, and then Evan on lyrics. There we go. So that way we can knock out 2 songs in one go. Here we go. Now, I have not heard any of the songs on this album apart from the title track when we checked it out, so this is going to be very new for me.
If I'm trying to be special, can I get close to you? 느껴져 두근거림이 너의 손끝이 스쳐 지나갈 때. If I'm trying to be special, 너와 눈
Such a good song to accentuate that unique vocal of his.
Think I care. Oh my gosh, 이제 난 숨겨지지 않아.
Oh, it's so vibey, but it's very inviting, and I like that.
Good love,
It's this type of song, isn't it? And that almost like gospel choir in the background. Perfect addition. Have a run one time, okay. Give me number 2, okay. So is this Rebirth for that move? Because if this is how the album starts, this is a tremendous way to start the album. It's such a good song to be able to like join along with, you know, whether it's clapping or swaying along to it. I'm always a sucker for a band instrumental section as well. This is already playing to my musical strengths. Okay. And then we take it over into track number 4. I definitely didn't realize that the video was chaptered at the bottom.
I just wanna show dance, baby, you can take my hand.
Nice use of the choir again. This late night vibe, considering where the song is on the album, track number 4, great spot. Super gentle, very mellow sounding. I'm assuming this is the chorus now. Even though we're at that chorus, it's still retaining that smoothness, that mellowness. Her voice for this song is such a good fit. It's stylistically just what you want. Light, airy. Oh, with a whole lot of soul behind it. They pair so well together. Even though they're very different voices, sometimes you want the sheer differences to bring them together better. Hello, saxophone run. A soprano sax, hell yeah. Give me all the saxophone,
도와주신 팬
baby.
여러분 진심으로 감사드리고요. Thanks for slow dancing with me, Sophia.
I love slow dancing with you, Jimin.
Thank you. 그리고 오늘 시청해주신 모든 여러분들 너무 감사드립니다. 1, 2, 3. 감사합니다. Bye bye.
It's an extremely classy song. Like, it's a really classy song.
감사합니다, Jimin.
감사합니다, Sophia.
Like, that is That is a classy, well put together song. It's really smartly put together. I think the aesthetic of it is exactly what you want. I think the feature is the perfect choice. Oh, oh, that is a kicker of a start, honestly. Wow. Now let's talk about one song at a time. Rebirth, as an opener to an album, is an experience. There's something that's like almost spiritually powerful about the way this album starts with Rebirth. It's got a really interesting, inviting nature to it, where it's got this warmth to it, and it's got this elegance to it, and it kind of feels. I mean, the background choir definitely helps in this regard, but it feels church choiry in a way, and in the best way possible. Like, I'm not a religious person, but growing up in America, I've had my like fair share of interactions with like church music groups and stuff like that. And while I might not be a follower of the faith or of a specific faith, whenever you get a religious musical experience, there is just something a little bit different gravy about it. Like, you go to an African American church and they break out the like gospel choir moments. Boy, let me tell you, it is a feeling unlike anything else I've ever experienced. Rebirth kind of takes the essence of what a religious musical experience is like and packages it in like a pop song formula, and it really works for me. I want more of that. Like, if that's how like Jimin is going to start this album, I want him to do that again on the next album. That's how much I love that. And I don't give a whole lot of attention to the intros, but that is an intro well deserving of the attention. As for Slow Dance, the late night slow mellow vibe, that is a sound aesthetic that I am ever slowly but surely falling more and more in love with. I already liked it to begin with, but there's so many artists doing it in the B-side world as well as the OST world. And if you know me, you know how much I love a good OST. Slow Dance screams OST for me. It's got like the emotional aspect of it, but the way it's been written is what I love and adore about Slow Dance. There is an elegance to it, there's a refinement to it, but there is just this unspeakable mellowness to it that is, it's buttery smooth, and it's so nice to listen to. Saxophone inclusion, I love a good saxophone part in a song, of course I was gonna like it. And then you've got, like, both vocalists understood the assignment on Slow Dance. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. And of course, both songs having, I mean, this is a live clip, so maybe that's why, but the fact that the live clip can include the band arrangement, hell yeah, plus points for me. I love a good K-band. If you know me, I'm a big advocate for the K-band. We got a band live clip for 2 songs. I can't complain about that one bit. Alright, that's a great start. I love that already. Now we're going to jump back a little bit. This is track number 2, Interlude, Showtime. And produced by P-Dog, Ghost Loop, Evan, and Jimin. Same on lyrics. Interesting that an interlude gets lyrics as well, because usually interludes and intros oftentimes don't get lyrics. But at the same time, they aren't full-length songs. I mean, Interlude is only 1 minute 20 seconds, but still very intriguing. Carnival music? It's a little bit loud now. I wonder if this has any connection to Smeraldo Garden Marching Band, because it definitely has the marching band snares at drum line. It's got the oompa tuba in the background, but it's also got carnival vibes to it. Interesting song to follow up Rebirth.
Welcome to today's show. Smeraldo 가득 마치라.
Okay, so the interlude kind of had like a little commentary piece at the end rather than lyrics, but that's interesting because that's such a big style switch from Rebirth. Like, if we're thinking in order from 1 through 7 on this album, Interlude, Showtime, I mean, the fact that we have an interlude immediately following the intro is a really interesting touch, but surely there has to be a reason that this song is where it is on the album, and I'm guessing that it's going to have some connection to Smeraldo Garden Marching Band, just because it's got elements of marching band music within Showtime, albeit not evidently clear. Like, it's got a drumline, kit, snare, it's got an umpa tuba part, it's got carnival vibes, especially in the opening, and then all of a sudden it turns into, I don't know what it was at the end, but you had like an announcer announcing something. It's like, if you think of Rebirth as purely an intro track, then realistically the album hasn't started yet. And that's what has me intrigued. So I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna take it over to track number 3, and maybe we'll cover 2 songs at once again. So this is track number 3, Smeraldo Garden Marching Band, featuring Local, produced by Tommy Brown, Mr. Franks, P-Dog, and Ghost Loop. Lyrics by Tommy Brown, Stephen Franks, Jimin, himself, P-Dog, Ghost Loop, Loco, Evan, and Gray. There it is. What's happening, G?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to today's show.
Oh, so it literally is. We're literally just starting with Interlude, Showtime. Or maybe that's part of the MV, and this is the actual start of the song? I'm thinking it's the latter.
Say oh, 여러분을 위한 harmony. I say love.
Okay, so it's quirky.
시작된 건 6월 12일 행복의 선물함에. Say oh, let's talk about us. 전하지 못한 말 숨겨왔던 너의 말.
It may be quirky, but it's also smooth as well.
저는 고민하지 마. 우리가 함께니까 솔직해져 봐. I love you, babe. 다가갈게 너에게.
Wait, this is kind of nice.
I love you, babe.
Yes, sir.
I want you,
It's
babe.
a surprisingly like cute song,
I want you,
but not in
babe.
like the typical bubblegum pop way.
그대로 fade away 매일이 새롭게 이름 부를 테니 너는 편하기만 해줘 우리가 맞춰 잼해 느낀 대로 계속해 바로 앞에서 말 못해도 널 위해서 made a
I've been
band
looking for love.
Now, when it comes to hip hop stuff, I'm very unfamiliar or not well read, so I can't say too much.
자도 없이 하루 종일 머리 위에
But I like Loco as a feature here.
혹시라도 손대면 난 척 하고 터져버릴 듯이 cause of love
Let's talk about us. 눈부신 하늘과 흩날리는 꽃들도
I love the easygoing nature of this song, and kind of this entire album so far, like including, you know, everything from Rebirth to Slow Dance now. I love how easygoing this album is.
너를 맡겨봐.
Let's go.
I love you, babe. 다가갈게 너에게. I love you, babe.
Yes, sir.
I want you, babe. I wanna
Like, it's a song that's not too busy, or actually it's really not busy at all, but it's, again, such a well-written song. It flows naturally, nothing feels out of place yet, and And it sparkles a little bit too.
music 준비된 것 같아. 시작할게 1, 2, somebody
Hello, marching band brass section. Hell yeah. Wait, that's really cute. But also, that song's really good. What just happened? Oh. Oh, wait, hold on a second now. You know how I said right at the beginning that one of my hopes for this album is that Jimin matches or even surpasses the quality levels of his Face EP, his debut EP? Oh, we are so clear past it. Like, nothing against the Face EP. It was one of my, like, it is a top tier soloist album from last year. Already, we are 4 songs in. Oh my goodness, this album is. The quality is unbelievable. And weirdly enough, you know, Slow Dance, Smeraldo Garden Marching Band, just these 2 songs alone, you can kind of feel the artsiness in the Jimin project in a way. Because for me and the Face album, like Crazy was a top tier title track. I love synth poppy stuff like that. But what really sold that album for me was Set Me Free Part 2. I loved the dramatic, almost like musical theater type vibes with the huge dramatic hits. Like, you really felt the power in that. But at the end of the day, it wasn't, the overall thing could be described as Jimin showing off his artistry in a way. Like, this is him letting his creative mind roam free, go entirely like unhinged, just let it do whatever it wants without holding it back. And Smeraldo Garden Marching Band especially feels like the continuation of artistic Jimin and his creative mind on display. It's not dark and dramatic and heavy like Set Me Free Part 2. It's the complete opposite of that. It's bright, it's light, it sparkles, and it's really gentle and friendly. Smeraldo Garden Marching Band, Set Me Free Part 2 is the yin and yang to each other. They are the counter to each other. And realistically, on Jimin's solo discography, if you have one, you needed the other, and the fact that we got side A and side B on consecutive solo, like major solo releases, is so smart. And I wish I checked this out sooner because this song's really good. Do I like it more than Slow Dance? Ooh, that's tough. Like, genuinely, this is already a no-skip album for me, and we still have 2 songs to go, but I cannot pick what's my favorite song on this album so far. Because, I mean, Interlude Showtime is kind of a... The Interlude's hard to rank in that category right now, but, like, the intro, like Rebirth, Smeraldo Garden Marching Band, Slow Dance, any of these 3, and then, you know, throw in Who in there, the title track. Any of these could be song of the album for me at this point. That's crazy. I was gonna try and make a like crazy pun in there, but my brain wasn't working right. So, we'll keep her moving. This is track number 5, titled Be Mine, produced by P-Dog and Ghost Loop. Lyrics by P-Dog, Ryan Tedder, Ali Tamposi, Jacob Kasher Hindlin, Ghost Loop, Evan, and Jimin himself. Love that Jimin's working on the lyrics for, what, 6 out of 7 songs on this album? Hell yeah. Love to see it. And he gets production credits on 2 songs as well. Love to see it.
moving, coming, loving, yeah, yeah, yeah. Moving, coming, loving, yeah, yeah, yeah. Moving, coming, loving, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Love the Latin guitar in there. And of course, this is following Slow Dance, not Smeraldo Garden Marching Band.
둘만의 party, yeah. I know what you want, and baby, I want the same. Love till the morning, we just keep falling. 어차피 우린 연결된 DNA. Baby come, show me what, show me what.
I'm waiting for this to kick up into gear a little bit, because I reckon it's going to.
뜨겁게 녹여줘, 뜨겁게 빨리. Lovers come and go.
way of the guitar and the vocals running in unison and then harmonizing with each other, and like that alternates. There's the kick up, not the biggest kick up in the world. Very prominent though, it adds the bottom end. Oh, I'm gonna retain the bass for verse 2. Okay. Less of a focus on the guitars though, that's pushed further back. I can definitely see choreo for this though, like knowing Jimin and just kind of his like idol skill set. I can definitely see this getting choreo in the future. And I'm pretty sure this has a live clip of an English version of this as well, doesn't it? Yeah, that flamenco guitar is a nice touch. Nice. Interesting that this bridge feels very modern all of a sudden now. Bring back the Latin guitar though. This song has a really good balancing act going on. It's very consistent, but it's very well done. Nice. Nice. I mean, as like a, stage performer, I feel like a song like this would be welcome on any discography where the performer can do a song like this justice, both in like vocal and music form as well as in performance form. This very much feels like him. But for me, it's extremely well balanced in that the song, while it remains pretty flat for the most part, like there isn't a huge swell or increase for the chorus, there isn't a huge dropout for the verses, it still feels like there's a constant evolution in the song with how they prioritize like what instrument gets priority in the mixing, whether it's, the flamenco guitar in verse 1, whether it's the bass in verse 2, and the way they kind of like slowly shift back and forth depending on what part of the song you're in. But also riding the line between emphasizing that traditional Latin dance guitar beat and that modern digital beat, and not having one or the other overpower each other. I think that's like, I need to give props to the composition team for this song, because this is very, very well done. I did read the credits for this song, right? I didn't accidentally read the slow dance one again. I think we're good. Anyways. It's following a song like Slow Dance where you've got Smeraldo Garden Marching Band into Slow Dance, into B Mine. You've got three very different vibes going on, right? But Slow Dance, I mean, it's in the title. You're really slowing it down a little bit. And considering we're following up that song, like that isn't the final song on the album, we've got more songs following that. You need to be really smart about how you're reintroducing the energy back into the album. You can't just slow it down, get it really nice and mellow, and then all of a sudden drop a party banger right afterwards, because it's going to feel disconnected. So Be Mine, considering that the title track Who follows this, makes sense at why the pacing is where it is, because it's not a fast beat, that it's not slow either. There's that elegance to it, but there's also that more digital side of things. It really is acting as the bridge between slow dance and Who, and it's very well put together. Again. Now, again, track number 6 would have been the title track Who. I'll read off the credits anyways, because credit needs to be given where credit is due. So, track number 6, titled Who, produced by John Bellion, Pete Nappy, Tenrock, P-Dog, and Ghost Loop. Lyrics by John Bellion, Pete Nappy, Jason Cornet, P-Dog, and Ghost Loop, which takes us to the final song on the album. This dropped a very long time ago. December 22nd, so this was when I was already back in Japan, not making videos anymore. And I don't think we covered this when I restarted doing the whole channel thing in April. So I'm very glad that this got included on the album as well. So this is track number 7, the final track on the album, titled Closer Than This, produced by Ghost Loop, Io the producer, and Kofo. Lyrics by Ghost Loop, Io the producer, August Rigo, P-Dog, Jimin himself, Evan, Kofo, and Shanks.
자, 그럼 어떻게 보면 이것도 진짜 팬송이네요.
지금 우리가 이별하는 게 아니고 잠깐 그냥 볼 뿐이지.
중간에 베이비 돈 월리가 되게 많이 나와서
그러니까
되게 좋은 거 같아요.
걱정하지 말라고. 그냥.
I like that we start off the MV with like the with like some behind the scenes stuff.
너도 기억하니 우리 처음 만남이 수줍고 어색했던 그때 묵 돌아보니 어느새 여기까지 함께 걸어왔던 거야. 때론 넘어져 울기도 하고 서로의 어깨를 토닥여주고 눈물로 겨울 저 바라보며 서로의 이름을 불러줬지.
And again, we're kind of getting that choir thing going on in the background. I love that.
Even if you're not here 같은 자리에 always don't have to worry now.
Oh, the breathy high vocals. Give me more of that.
Just call my name out loud.
Thank you very much. Didn't have to wait too long, did we?
'Cause anytime you want me, I'll be right here where you call me. I'll be never let you go.
Oh, hell yeah.
Never let
You
you
know what?
go.
When we opened the MV, them talking about how this was going to be a fan song, that's such a wholesome song. Super easy, but you can feel the sincerity.
비가 내리면 비 맞으며 노래하던 그때 기억할게. 눈이 내리면 눈 맞으며 웃어주던 널 척하며 다시 만날 봄날에 못다한 얘길 전할게 my love.
Love all the harmony work in this. Not just the song, but the album in general. Like background vocals, harmony vocals.
두근거려 지금도 와 나의 맘 잠깐 눈을 감아 눈앞에 서 있을게. Don't have to worry now.
And I think there's a very small detail here that "don't have to worry now" is meant to be a very reassuring line, right?
Just call my name.
It's delivered in such a soft and gentle way. It's the most gentle delivered line in the entire song, and it's the most like reassuring one. Details like that, so smart.
Never let you go. Never let you go. Whenever you need me, I'll be. If you believe me, I'll be. I will never let you go. Never let you go. 하나도 마음으로 두드리면 그 웃음으로
Get some stomp and claps going for the bridge. Get some reverb going.
Baby, I come back to you. 다시 하나 될 그날에 Never let you go. Never let you go. 더 크게 부르자 이 노래 다시 하나 될 수 있게 I will never let you go.
Now he's just showing off with the background vocals. He's bringing all the sauce out.
부르자 이 노래 다시 하나 될
choir? Hell
Never
yeah.
let you go.
Like proper choir.
더 크게 부르자 이 노래 다시 하나 될 수 있게 I will never let you go. Never let you go.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. What a great fan song, man. Like that's honest, it's pretty, it's emotionally vulnerable as well, and it's very well put together. Props. Props all around. I think as a finisher on an album, a fan song is always gonna be a winner. It's just like, if you imagine this album being essentially a concert set list. Actually, I didn't think about that. Technically, in terms of all the new music, the title track is the grand finale for this album. And then, Closer Than This is like the fan song encore in a way. That's interesting. I feel like, title tracks not being song one on the album is pretty common in K-pop, but having the last new song on the album be the title track, I feel like I've never come across before. That's very clever. Okay, I see you, Jimin. I see you. But yeah, finishing on a fan song is a brilliant idea, and I think the song is executed wonderfully. I think the details in the song are spectacularly done. It's such a smart song, and all in all, this album, yeah, my wishes were granted, and then some. I think, safe to say. Like, I been knew that he's talented. Okay, like Jimin, I've been knew is an extremely talented artist and performer, and all of the adjectives that can be used to describe him as Jimin, the artist, essentially. But I didn't think the improvement would be this drastic. Like, that Face EP with the title track Like Crazy and the pre-release Set Me Free Part 2, though that entire era was already an extremely high quality project. The fact that over the course of, what, roughly a year or so, right, since Like Crazy dropped, the fact that he had the bar set so high after his solo debut and still managed to clear it by miles the second time around blows my mind. That was not a difficult, like, this doesn't feel like it was difficult to clear that high bar. That's what's crazy about that. Because that means this bar is ridiculously high again. But knowing him, whenever that third solo project comes around, oh, we are going to be flying in the stratosphere above that hurdle now. That's nuts. And you know what? Considering, Set Me Free, Like Crazy, I feel like that whole Face EP had a little bit more of a heavier vibe. I like the fact that this MUSE album is a little bit more lighthearted. Like, sure, Who has a little bit of a snappiness to it, but in general, it's quite a vibey album. And I think that, again, is another way that Jimin is just showing off the range that he's capable of. And yeah, I can't fault this project at all. Like, things that kind of look out of place are done with a reason, and they make so much sense if you listen through it. Wow. I genuinely don't know which song is my favorite. Like, I mean, Slow Dance is a wonderful, vibey, late-night aesthetic song. I think Smeraldo Garden Marching Band might be my song on the album, although, weirdly enough, Rebirth is making that very difficult for me. And I didn't think I'd be saying that about an intro track of all things. Sometimes we come across an album where the intro is like the best song on the album, or my favorite song on the album, or the type of song where it's like, this song has so much potential, why is it only 90 seconds long? But Rebirth is a sleeper pick on this album. But I think, like, in my heart, I'm probably going to pick Smeraldo Garden Marching Band, and the fact that I'm struggling to pick a favorite out of here because I like all of them is a great sign for the album. And honestly, I'm so pleased with this. I'm beyond pleased with this, and I'm already excited to hear what the next project is going to be. However long we have to wait, I have no problems waiting because I expect it to be of a ridiculous quality. Considering how good this was and how good his debut was, yeah, this is nuts. But I am going to leave it here before I overwhelm myself even more. So thank you all for listening along with me. Hopefully you enjoyed it as much as I did. One last request from me today: let us work together as a community to bring a little bit of extra happiness back into the world, whether it be checking with your friends and family, holding the door open for somebody, or even picking up a piece of trash off the street. Just one small act of kindness that may brighten up someone else's day-to-day. And know that wherever you are in the world, should you ever be going through a tough time in your life, for whatever reason it may be, even though I'm just some guy on the internet who waffles about music in his free time, know that I will always be a friend, ally, shoulder to lean on whenever you need me. So take care of yourselves, take care of each other, spread the love, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.